Hi, I'm Kirsten Short, and I'm going to be discussing chapters 7, 8, and 9 from the book Extreme Ownership. Starting with chapter 7, I want to read a couple of quotes that really stood out to me. A leader must remain calm and make the best decisions possible. Um, Leaders must determine the highest priority task and execute. When overwhelmed, fall back upon this principle. Prioritize and execute. All these pressures produce stress and demand decisions that often require rapid execution. Such decision making for leaders can be overwhelming. A leader can anticipate likely challenges that could arise during execution and map out an effective response to those challenges before they happen. And all these quotes kind of really stood out to me because they tie into athletic training so well. It is our job to be calm, and no matter what situation that we are put in, whether that be someone goes down on the field with a knee injury or someone goes down with a neck injury or heat illness, we need to know that we know what we're doing, prioritize what's going to happen, and execute the plan. So with a neck injury, one of the best things to do is through that, anticipate those challenges before the start of the game, before start of practice. Go through with your staff on, if this were to happen, this is who's doing what. Call who's doing head, call who's going to be calling 911, go have someone assigned to go meet the ambulance, because if you're prepared for those situations, if they were to happen, you're going to be more calm in that situation and more prepared for those high intensity, high stress situations. And it's also our job to prioritize what is going on. So another quote is, teams must be careful to avoid target fixation on a single issue. They cannot fail to recognize when the highest priority tasks shift to something else. So if you are doing something for another athlete, like taping an ankle, and someone goes down, at that moment in time, taping an ankle is not the biggest priority. You need to be prepared and shift your focus to that athlete who's on the ground. You need to make sure he's okay, because he is in more danger than the ankle taped guy. So I really thought that chapter had a lot of quotes that really focused and connected to athletic training well. In chapter 8, no one senior leader can be expected to manage dozens of individuals, much less hundreds. Teams must be broken down into manageable elements of 4 to 5 operators with a clearly designed leader. Also, junior leaders must be empowered to make decisions on key tasks necessary to accomplish that mission in the most effective and efficient manner possible. And every leader must understand not just what to do, but why they're doing it. And I think this goes well with the athletic training education. When you have athletic training students, the head leader is the athletic trainer, but us as athletic training students, we are still considered leaders. It's our job to help out, to provide that care. And it is our, we're not there and assigned to our site just to sit there and be busy bees and do menial jobs. It's our job to be there to learn, to help, to provide the best care possible. So through our preceptors, they empower us to do evaluation, help with the rehab program, create the rehab program, help do a medical emergency scenarios. It's all of that. And we also, another one is, we also have to know what we're capable of doing and how far we can go. We can say, hey, we did an eval and this is the injury that we decided, but we still need to know that we need to talk to our preceptor. We can't just be oh, this is what it is. We need clearance to make the full and all decision, but it's our job to help in the process of that. Because they must communicate with senior leaders to recommend decisions outside their authority and pass critical information up the chain. So we do an eval, we come to a conclusion that it's an ACL tear. We provide the information that we had given throughout the eval to our preceptor, and whether they're standing there. And so they're making this decision since they're the certified, but we helped in that process. because it's our jobs as leaders to lead and not just be there and just be in the background, but to step out and help. And then in chapter 9, leaders must identify clear directives for the team. So back to that chapter 7, starting off with a football game and knowing who is doing what in each case of scenario or who's running up to the field, we all need to know what we're doing. We need to know what our mission is, because if we don't know, if I don't know, if someone goes down with a neck injury, what my assigned job is, and if no one else does, it's going to be chaotic and we're not going to be able to provide the best care for that athlete in that time, because we're all trying to figure out then when we should have knew beforehand. And then the best teams employ constant analysis of their tactics and measure their effectiveness so that they can adapt their methods and implement lessons learned for future missions. So like with a rehab scenario, like we need to always go over what we're doing and see if what we're doing for the athlete is helping, and if it's not, what can we do to change their rehab to make it more efficient for them, because there's no point having them keep coming and doing the same thing if it's not if it's not working. And then utilize all assets and lean on the expertise of those in the best position to provide the most accurate and up-to-date information. So if I don't know exactly know what to do with an athlete, then I need to go and talk to someone who's been on the job longer and has more knowledge to able to help me. I've seen that a lot at health tracks where my preceptor has been stumped on how to help an athlete, and she continually goes and talks to some of the other employees there to get new knowledge and get a different viewpoint, because what she's doing wasn't working, so she needed someone else's thought process to help, to see maybe if they could come up with something different that could help the athlete get better. But overall, it's just knowing what to do and what your job is a big part, and stepping up and being okay to ask questions, being okay to talk to somebody else who knows more, because that will overall be the best care that you can give the athlete. So yeah, that is it. Thank you. Bye.